Hi, it's July 14th, 2023. It's been 307 days since I visited with my brother, Paul Kierans, who lives in Burnaby. I spent all day today writing to the Supreme Court of Canada last week. The Supreme Court of Canada advised me that they had dismissed my application. So what I've been appealing is the decision terminating my application to restore my visits with Paul. So I did that first in the Supreme Court of BC, and then that application was dismissed on the basis that L'Arche, Greater Vancouver, L'Arche is spelled L'Arche, you can look it up. It was founded by disgraced organizer Jean Vanier. So L'Arche had terminated my visits with my brother, and I had applied to restore the visits, and that application to restore the visits was dismissed on the basis that L'Arche, some anonymous person at L'Arche, knew what was best for Paul. And so I appealed that to the Court of Appeal of BC. That application for leave was dismissed, so I appealed that to the Supreme Court of Canada. Because the decision dismissing my application to restore the visits was what's called an interlocutory decision, or not a final decision, I had to apply for leave to appeal or permission to appeal. That's sort of a technicality, that you're not automatically given the right to appeal intermediary or interlocutory or non-final decisions. You have to apply to the court for permission to do that. But because this decision terminating my visits with my brother was so catastrophic, I immediately, the same day, I applied to set it aside. But 307 days later, and 86 visits later, I still haven't seen Paul. So I have been permitted to have a telephone visit with Paul at 4:30 on Friday afternoons. And if Paul agrees to come to the phone, according to them, and of course they never let him come to the phone. So I swore an affidavit showing that they never answered the phone when I called, and now they do answer the phone. But it's very difficult for Paul to benefit from a telephone conversation, but I do my best. So what I did today was the Supreme Court of Canada's registrar wrote me and invited me to reapply for leave to appeal at the Supreme Court of Canada on the basis of certain facts that happened in the last couple of weeks. And so that's what I spent the whole day doing today. I had to go across the street and swear an affidavit in front of a notary, James Robinson. Shout out to James Robinson, notary public. Thank you so much, James. And he did it for free, although he doesn't normally do it for free. He just did it as a courtesy to me today, which was the nicest thing that's happened to me in a very long time. Thank you so much, James Robinson. He's at 1140 Austin Avenue in Coquitlam. If you're looking for a good notary or someone to do your will, someone to do the conveyance of your house, or witness your signature on a document, James Robinson is a wonderful guy, and I'm so appreciative. So that's what we're at right now. The other development was that I have also applied to the British Columbia Human Rights Commission. I've made a complaint against L'Arche. On my behalf, I am legally a disabled person. I have a mild traumatic brain injury from an accident in 2008. So I've been adjudicated to be disabled by the government of BC and by Revenue Canada, although I worked right up until I was 65. I just changed careers from being a lawyer to being a parking enforcement officer. So I applied I made a complaint against L'Arche to the Human Rights Commission and Community Living BC. And I asked that my complaint be expedited because, as you know, I haven't seen Paul for 307 days. I still have my Christmas tree up waiting for him. I change library books every 3 weeks. I go to the library and get books for him. And I do everything as if our visits are going to go ahead. I miss him so much. So I have reapplied to the Supreme Court of Canada for them to reconsider their decision dismissing my application for leave to appeal. So there's a chance that they will allow me to appeal the decision terminating my visits with my little brother to the Supreme Court of Canada. And many nonprofit agencies such as Down Syndrome Resources and other organizations would be very interested in intervening at the Supreme Court of Canada. And it's very exciting that the Human Rights Commission of British Columbia has accepted my human rights complaint on my behalf that I'm being discriminated against. L'Arche prefers to deal with my 80-year-old nun sister in North Bay, Ontario, who's 4,000 kilometers away and who does not understand Paul's speech and hasn't lived in the same province as him since 1969. So that's very exciting. Two big exciting developments. The British Columbia Human Rights Commission has accepted my complaint against L'Arche and against the Community Living BC, and the Supreme Court of Canada invited me to reapply for leave to appeal. So pray for me. And as I said before, please consider contributing to the GoFundMe account. The link to contribute to the GoFundMe account is in the description box for this video. Just click on that link and contribute. I had my biggest donation ever last week of $200 from Sylvia. I hope you don't mind me saying your name, Sylvia. Thank you so much. You're just wonderful. So you can contribute to the GoFundMe account, which is to pay for the psychologist who's going to do the psychologist's investigation of L'Arche and their confinement and isolation of Paul. And you can also copy and paste the little email that I put in the description box and send it to the bureaucrats. Some of them, like Selena Robinson and Bonita Zerillo, my MLA and my MP, have blocked my email, so I can't send them emails. So you can copy and paste the little email message that I put in the description box and copy and paste the addresses and just send it off. And then, of course, the last thing you can do is go to your temple or synagogue or church and pray for me and pray for Paul that our visits will be restored and that I will be made his guardian and committee. Paul, I miss you so much. I'm going to be speaking to you in a few minutes. I'm going to call you. I'm moving heaven and earth to restore our rights to visit with each other and the rights of other disabled people. I miss you so much, and I'll talk to you soon on the phone. Bye-bye.